Okay, so we're getting ready to go out to the cabin full time, and I wanted to can some things so that we have shelf stable food and easy quick meals to make. So in the crock pot right now, I'm doing a green chili chicken, which I'll let slow cook for like 3 to 4 hours, maybe some longer, just depending on how quickly the chicken cooks. And then I'm gonna shred it and can it, and this will be a nice warm meal to make. You know, I can make tacos with it. I can throw it over just some rice. Just easy meals to make, and this will probably fill up quite a few cans. And then over here I'm getting ready to make chili. We got a bunch of ground beef and vegetables, so I'm just cutting that up to get it all made into a pot, and then once that's done I'll can all of that. For the chili, I like to start off with grilling my onions and sweet potatoes. I add sweet potatoes, I like the flavor, but they also add like a little extra hardiness to the chili. So I get that going. As you know, potatoes and onions can take a little bit longer to cook. Then I cut up my bell peppers. I like to also add some zucchini, which just adds, you know, some nice vegetables, a little extra hardiness to it. Then I go ahead and add tomatoes. I am cheating a little bit by adding this seasoning pack, but I will be including some additional seasonings. And then I also like to add some nice fire roasted salsa to my chili. I feel like it adds a little flavor. Okay, so I'm learning a lot of new things for the first time, and canning today is the first time I will be canning. Did a lot of research, and originally I had just bought a regular water bath canner, which is great. It came with all of these tools so I can pick up the cans, you know, the magnet for the lid because you want to make sure your lids are nice and hot, more sanitary that way. A little funnel, you know, the gate that you drop down to hold all your cans, even this cool like little recipe book, labels, and they sent me this extra little gift as a thank you. I'll be leaving the link to this stuff in the description if you guys wanted to check it out. It actually was a really good deal, came with a lot of useful tools, but as I did more research, realized that I can't can meat in a water bath canner, which I'm sure a lot of you experienced canners out there are saying, yeah, duh. Well, I'm learning. So I bought myself this pressurized canner, which is what we're going to be using today. Again, it's my first time doing any of this stuff, so hopefully everything turns out good. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll leave the link for this guy too. I'll let you know how I like it. But yeah, this is just some cool stuff that I got as I continue to add all these, you know, new things to our home that will be super useful to help us preserve our food. Chili over here. Start filling this up. Finger tight so you're not closing it too tight. And there's one jar. You put this in the canner, a few more to fill up. This jar is a little broken right here, so I'm actually going to transfer all this into something else. Especially at the top, is cracked or anything, it's not going to seal properly, so there's no point in using it. So this one will be used just for dry goods. we've got 2 bigger jars and pretty much 4 smaller jars. Now since this is hot, I've already got the pressure cooker warmed up. You don't want to put hot jars in cold water or cold jars in hot water, so we got it heated up already. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting my jars in here. I think they all should fit, but when I only do the smaller jars, this pressure cooker has another tray, so I could do 2 layers, which I will probably do on my next thing of canning, which is my shredded chicken. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give them a little bit more space. Make sure these all feel good, not too tight, but there they are. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. Here's the other tray. So if I use all of the short jars, I might be able to do a 2-stacker. But since I've got the bigger jars, I can't really do that. So here's our lid. Alright, so I just switched over my knob for 10 pounds of pressure, and I'm watching this gauge. As soon as it gets up to the 2, which is the 10 pounds of pressure, I'll start my timer and lower the heat a little bit, so that we can maintain the pressure at 10 pounds. But I do hear it boiling in there. I've got high to medium heat. These burners are usually more on the high side, but everything looks good so far. Okay, we've got a bunch of steam coming out. We are at 2 pounds of pressure. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the burner on low now so we can maintain the 2. And now I just got to make sure I watch it so it always stays at 2 pounds of pressure. So let's go set our alarm for an hour and 15 minutes starting. Okay, so we've been pressure cooking this for an hour and 15 minutes. It just turned off the flame. And so now we have to wait for the pressure in the pressure cooker to go down before we release the rest of the steam and let it completely cool before taking out the cans. But everything seems good so far. Okay, it's dropped down to 0, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this valve up all the way. Let the rest of the steam come out. You can still hear it kind of bubbling. Nothing really seemed to happen when I opened this up. So, oh, nice. We can easily move that top. So I will go ahead and just slightly lift the top up, move it over, and allow it to kind of cool slowly. So we're just giving it some more ventilation. I can definitely hear the water still boiling, but this will allow the steam to come out. We're just going to leave it like this for a little bit so that it can cool down on its own. Okay, it's time to take them out. So they look good. They still need to cool more, but I did notice some like oil residue in the pot, so they leaked a little bit somehow. So I don't know if I didn't twist on the metal lids tight enough, but so far everything looks okay. Okay, so here are all the jars. They look good. I'll let them sit here overnight and check them in the morning. All right, so it's the next day and I'm just checking my seals. All of them, I believe, sealed properly. They all are a little concave in the middle. They all have the nice sound as they sound sealed. Obviously, this is my first time, so I'm not a pro at it, but everything looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my metal rings on them because we are gearing up to make our final move to the property. And these would just be loose, so I'm just gonna leave them on here for now, but I think we did it. If you guys have any tips or tricks or anything you can offer for canning, how it works, what makes it easier, what I should never do, please let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you.